5, I'm Renel Sapsap, and I'd like to welcome you to the Channel 5's coverage of the 2009 mock elections. We have graciously covered 2 exclusive interviews with both presidential candidates, both Jeffrey and Marissa. We take you now to a live interview with special field reporter Nick Schofield.
With presidential candidate Jeffrey Say, and he's offered a couple minutes of his time for an interview. And we're here to ask you a couple questions about the presidential elections. And the first is, what are your stands on welfare?
I'm against welfare because most people abuse the system when it should really be used to help. It should be used as like a support until you find a real job. Like, it would be okay if people were actively searching for a job while on welfare, but most people aren't. They're just getting kids and getting welfare money, so they just want to get more kids.
All right. And what about abortion? What are your stands on that?
I'm against abortion also because it's unethical to kill somebody when they're still a baby. Like, we don't really know if they feel pain or not, so we can't really say it. And also, it's the person's fault for getting the kid in the first place, unless they were raped or something. But it's their fault. They should have been using condoms or not having sex at all if they didn't want a kid.
All right. What do you think your chances are at winning this election?
I think I will win this election because my opponent, Marissa, she's not really that smart.
And if elected, what do you think you're going to do to help our country?
Well, first I will make it so people can get jobs back again, because you know how we're in a recession right now. I'll cut off welfare so we'll have more money to spend into helping businesses get back up, and that will allow for new jobs.
And what do you think of your opponent, Marissa?
I think she's a joke.
All right.
She thinks she could beat me on beauty.
All right.
Most people will vote for her because the way she looks, but I think I'll win because I'm smart.
All right. And thank you for your time, Jeffrey Say. This has been an interview from Nick Schofield. And now back to you, Renel.
Fantastic, Nicholas Schofield. Great reporting. Hey, job. Well, in local news, local high school had its systems down, but luckily they were able to fix it by the end of the day, and everything is running smoothly now. We now take you to a second interview with on the scene reporter Nicholas Schofield and presidential candidate Marissa.
We're here with presidential candidate Marissa Brie, and she has offered a couple minutes for an interview with us, and we have a couple questions for you on the presidential elections. And the first is, what are your stands on abortion?
I am for abortion. I believe that women should have the own choice whether they want to keep their baby or not, because it's their body and they should be able to do what they want with it.
And what about your stands on welfare?
I'm for welfare also because I believe that...
Hold on.
We're here with presidential candidate Marissa Brie, and she's offered a couple minutes with us for an interview, and we have a couple questions about the presidential elections. And our first one is, what are your stands on abortion?
Well, I am for abortion because I believe that women should have their own choice whether they give their child up or keep their child. It's their body and they should be able to do what they want with it.
And what about welfare? What are your stands on that?
I'm also for welfare because it gets people off the streets and it gives people a better chance to live.
All right. And what do you think your chances are at winning this election?
I believe my chances are fairly high.
And why do you think that?
Because I have a good team behind me and we're working really hard. And yeah.
All right. If elected, what are you going to do to change this country?
I will do the best that I can to get us out of war and keep us out of war. I'll try my best to get the economy better and yeah.
Okay. And what do you think of your opponent, Jeffrey?
Honestly, I don't think much of him.
Okay. And thank you for your time. And this has been an interview from Nick Schofield.
Excellent reporting, Nick. If I could give you or I a grade, it would be an A. Because when you report, it's sort of that special feeling of love. Sort of like, gonna find my baby, gonna hold her tight, gonna grab some afternoon delight. My motto's always been, when it's right. Why I went into the middle of a cold dark night. When everything's a little clearer in the light of day. And you know the nothing's gonna be there anyway. Sky rockets in flight. Afternoon delight. Ooh. Afternoon delight. And that will be all from us here at Channel 5 News. I'm Renell Sapasap.
And I'm not even in this class.
Stay classy.